For the human being in its current state of social anxiety, there is a constant undercurrent of thinking activity within. Whether you like it or not, whether you want it or not, you are constantly churning out thoughts after thoughts in various forms, colours, intensities, images, complaints and comparisons, both from within your own distress, but also when your own distress is stirred up by the external pressures from others. So why are you doing this? Why are you so easily affected by external pressures? It's because you don't know yourself. You have no real or felt sense of yourself, and so lack appreciation of and satisfaction with being yourself. So you search outside of yourself to get some idea of who you should be or what you should be like. You're open to others' opinions and influences, which doesn't satisfy that search. So you search for more, and that search is endless overthinking. Endless because through thinking you will never discover, you will never sense and know yourself. So appreciation and satisfaction with being yourself is unattained and unattainable through any form or level of thinking. Appreciation and satisfaction with being yourself is also unattainable from others. You have to find this for and from yourself. Whether you contemplate enlightenment or the latest fashion, neither will take you to yourself. Both are an endless searching for more and more and more in an unconscious effort to build up your idea of yourself or to find yourself. I say unconscious because you don't really realise that it's the emptiness, not really feeling you know yourself, that causes you to continue looking for more and opens you to being easily affected and influenced by external pressures. Once you have a sense of yourself, you'll find those external influences and pressures don't even touch you. They are seen to be shallow and superficial and insignificant. It's this continuous search for more, which is all overthinking really is. And that gives you a fleeting feeling or a felt illusion of being who you think you are. But this is driven by a deeper underlying sense of lack. To resolve this sense of lacking and the overthinking or the search for more, you need to go deeper into your very own natural state, which you already have. It's going on and ongoing within you all the time. But you overlook it and do not yet realize or understand the benefits and the need. You will discover your very own natural state simply in the activity of your underlying physical feelings or sense of yourself, which is also combined with the activities of all your senses which connect you, your sense of you, with the world around you and connect you with everyone and everything relevant to you in each day of your life. So to sink beneath all the overthinking into this natural, organic and live sense of your physical you, and to simply experience and even enjoy the natural function of just listening, or just looking, or just smelling, or just feeling. Just feeling the surface of your skin in contact with the air around you. Sensing any one or all of these sensory functions, you will find yourself connecting and feeling connected from within yourself, within the inner felt sense of your bodily self, and out into the entire world around you. By coming back to this, or going deeper beneath your thinking into the physical sense of yourself, at first it may seem quite uneventful because you're a little numb to it. So the fullness and the intensity of it is unavailable to you at this point, simply because you are quite desensitized. And you're desensitized because of overthinking. But the more you come back to this felt sense of yourself deep within the body, and come back to the use of your sense organs just for being receptive to the world around you, the more you will resensitize, and the fullness and the intensity of what it feels like to really be you in the body will become available to you once again. And in that you will feel a fulfillment in just being you. And when you come back to this felt sense of yourself and your sense organs, which is deeper and occurs before thinking ever even eventuates, you will find a silence which is beyond or beneath all the overthinking, and it will give you a deeper, fulfilling and very unique knowing of you, of feeling what it is to be you, not just superficially thinking about you. You'll notice that all thinking about yourself is actually a search for more understanding of yourself, and it's never ending. Whereas all sensing of yourself back in the body is the end of that search. Although there may be some desensitization as a result of all that thinking and all that confusion, you will find the more you come back to this, the more you will find you're resensitizing to yourself, and therefore your understanding and appreciation and fulfillment and enjoyment of being yourself just as you are, beyond what any social construct or social concept puts on you, you'll find that fulfilling. So whenever you can't stop thinking, or you're stressing over something, or you're just driven mad by too much thinking, the solution is really simple. It's to feel what is unsettled or disturbed within you, or just something which is overlooked deeper within you, in the body of you. In there, inside your skin, you will feel and know a true and actually real sense of you as you are just now. And as you are just now is untainted and uninfluenced by what you or others think about you, or how society and social media says you should be. It's as you are, regardless of whether that matches up with how you should be. And as you are is what I'm talking about. Get in touch with as you are, regardless of whether it matches up with how you think or have been taught to think you should be. And how you do this is simply go deeper beneath all that nonsense, all that madness of overthinking, deeper into the living, feeling, animal sense of you and of your sense organs, interactive and receptive to the world around you. In this way, try it, and you'll find for yourself it'll stop your thinking. It'll stop your overthinking. But then what happens is you think it's important to overthink. You think the topic of your thinking is of some value to you. It's going to solve your problem. It's not going to solve your problem. It is your problem. It makes a problem out of things which aren't a problem, simply by the fact of how you think about them. What I'm offering to you here is a way to find out for and from yourself whether it really is a problem for you, what you're thinking about yourself. Whether you really are at odds with something within yourself or how it is to be you. You're not going to know that through thinking about it, because your thinking about it is a judgment of it based on social media, based on social constructs and ideas and other belief systems. None of this is about you. This is imposed on you. So you may continue back to your thinking, oh no, I've got to think about this, I've got to work that out, I've got to find a solution, I've still got to change myself. It's all very well just to feel myself, but I've got to change myself. And I'm saying to you, if you really feel how it feels to be you in the body, until that disturbance of being you settles down, at that point, you will have no more urge or need to change yourself at all. But you have to find that out for yourself. So try it. When you find yourself overthinking, prove it to yourself that you can stop by simply listening. Just come back to the sensation in your ears of listening. That's one simple thing. Any action of any sense organ that you attune to, you'll find no thinking is there. Thinking comes after that. You hear a sound and you think about the sound, but before you think about the sound, you already have the sound. You already know the sound as a sensation in your ears. That's the point where you will come to know what it feels like to be you. Now there's one other very significant cause of overthinking. In fact, almost all of your overthinking is due to this. And that is thinking about others. Thinking about others is what makes up most of your overthinking, and this is actually an escape from the disturbance underlying and within yourself. Your thinking about others is an escape from your own underlying insecurity. And ironically, you will only find relief from that insecurity by feeling the insecurity or the sense of being insecure as it feels inside of you. By feeling how that feels inside of you, only feeling that beneath the thoughts of others that your insecurity drives you to think. Only by coming back to the driving force of your insecurity and your desire for others to like you or see you or recognize you or think a certain way about you, it's all your insecurity. Just come back to the feeling of how it feels in your insecurity. You have to feel that to release yourself from the thoughts of others. You will only worsen your insecurity through thinking about and comparing yourself with others. Try it. You want to test it for yourself, you'll find it out very easily. Compare yourself with somebody who you think is more beautiful than you or more, developed than you, and see how that makes you feel. Up until you compared yourself with that person, you didn't feel like that bad at all. It's the comparison between you and the ideal of someone else or something that you have been taught to think is better than you that causes you to feel insecure. And it's only by coming back to the experience of yourself as you are that you will re-establish, or perhaps for the first time, find a sense of security and satisfaction in the fullness of being you. You only think about and worsen your insecurity by thinking about other people because you lack your own felt sense of yourself. So recovering this, your own felt sense of yourself in the body and in the senses, is your remedy for thinking about others and is your remedy for any insecurity you feel. And therefore, ultimately, coming back to your own sense of yourself every time you find yourself plagued by overthinking or disturbing thoughts, going beneath this into the feeling of you in the body, regardless of whether you like that feeling or not, that is how you're going to dissipate and burn out the driving force behind all of that thinking. And the thinking itself will come to an end. So do it. The only reason you won't do this is because you don't like how it feels to be inside of you. You're going to have to put up with that for a little while. You will only dislike how it feels to be you for a while. Just keep feeling that, and eventually you'll find the disturbance with feeling how it feels to be you will dissipate, simply and only by feeling it exactly as it is. The solution to the problem is in the problem itself, and the problem itself is how it feels to be you, which turns into too much thinking about how to be better than what you are. And you only think about how to be better than what you are because you haven't resolved how it feels in the distresses harboured inside of you. So feel these. Give them a chance to resolve. This is another function other than thinking, and a very essential function in our life, which is lacking, severely lacking in the human species. The underlying or physical feeling or sensation of yourself And the activity of all your senses connecting you to the world is what it is to be uniquely you. This is the only real knowing you have of you. Everything else is just thinking. And thinking, you learn all that thinking from others. It's just their thoughts, and not even your thoughts. Do you ever think your own thoughts? Never. You think the thoughts you've been taught to think. But you have your own sense of yourself. That is all you have, that is yours. That's all you have, that is real to you. That is all you have, that is related to knowing you as you are. All you have in that sense is you. The rest is a surface of activity of all you've been taught to think about you and the world. And it is all that nonsense that makes up your constant overthinking, which becomes your search to resolve a disturbance which is actually prolonged by your search. And that comes about of the dissatisfaction of never achieving that. Your natural state is not some self-realised or God-realised or enlightenment, nor is it anything society tells you should be. It doesn't matter what you achieve according to society's goals and ideals. That's not going to give you what I'm talking about here. That will go on forever. What society says about you is not going to help you. It's what you discover for yourself that's going to help you. So it's nothing. Your natural state is nothing that you haven't already got. It's not about self-realisation. It's not about enlightenment. It's not about what society tells you to be. It's not a thing to be achieved or worked towards. You do not need to improve yourself to have that, towards attaining that. It's already there. It is in the live state of you. It is in your felt living experience of your sensory body and of your senses. And without the upsetting interference of yours or other thoughts about you, you have your sense of you deep inside your body. And this will ultimately is the way to bring an end to overthinking. So try it out for yourself. Over and over again, persist. Don't try and deal with your overthinking through more thinking about it or more resolutions. Essentially, you are overthinking because underneath that thinking in the body of you, you feel some disturbance. And that disturbance, once it's resolved, will be the end of what drives your overthinking. But give it a chance. It's not just thinking that you need for living. You also need to learn what it is to truly feel without thinking interfering. And that is to come back to the physical, felt feeling of you, wherever you feel it in your body, no matter how disturbing it is, and feel that for a while. Every time you are plagued by your thinking, come back to your sensing. And that will bring an end to your overthinking.